Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Oh my God.
Hello.
Adele hosted SNL and shined as the most intense Bachelor contestant ever in a sketch that paid tribute to Bachelor Nation and incorporated her greatest hits. Hey guys, welcome back to another Shared News from Home. We have to talk about Adele on SNL. But before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future updates. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring, and I'm joined by the wonderful Avery Grooms.
Hi.
Hello. So Avery, did you catch Adele's amazing hosting performance on SNL?
I did. She was so great. It was so hilarious. I loved the Bachelor skit. I thought it was very on brand for the Bachelor. They did not miss. It was super on point, and she did great, of course.
She was honestly someone that I was shocked hasn't hosted SNL before. She was such a great energy. She's so confident. We could talk about the whole show, but you guys, we want to break down this Bachelor sketch because you know at Shared News, we absolutely love The Bachelor. So let's just dive right in. First of all, their Bachelor was Ben Kay, who reigned from Los Angeles, and they noted that he was 5'11" and a half. They really had fun with these like character descriptions, poking fun at contestants. You know, we've all talked about their random careers and random locations in the past. Let's just start meeting some of the girls they created because they really did some hilarious nods to the show. Let's kick it off with Hannah Alexis C.
Hey, I'm Hannah Alexis C. I'm 21, and next year, I'll be 22.
I don't know if you noticed, Avery, but her occupation is nothing. What were your thoughts on this Hannah Alexis C?
I thought it was hilarious that they even just threw in a Hannah, you know, Hannah C, Hannah B. We always have to have the Hannahs on this show. And then, of course, they made her occupation nothing. I thought that was hilarious. And I'll be 22 next year or whatever she just said. Once again, very on point, super accurate, but also hilarious at the same time. Love SNL for that.
Totally. Totally, especially because lately I feel like we're constantly talking about how much younger and younger the contestants are getting. So I thought that was very timely. We, of course, have to meet Adele. Adele played herself, but let's check out her intro.
And hi, I'm Adele Adkins. I'm 32. You may know me for being the singer Adele.
You may know me for being the singer Adele. I love that they played her as herself and not just like as a random Bachelor contestant. I thought that was totally clever. Would you have rather seen her play like an Alexis G, or were you into them keeping her as her?
I was into her being Adele because then they kind of got to play her role as like Bachelor the musical. She got to throw in a lot of her old like classics throughout the skit, which I loved. I thought that was super hilarious. So I like the fact that she played herself.
Totally. I think it was such a great opportunity to like marry two very different things, Adele's musical career and The Bachelor, but it worked so well. They really played up a very specific sort of caricature of Adele, which we'll start to see in this next clip when Hannah C gets the first impression rose.
I've decided to give the first impression rose to Hannah C.
So Adele did not love this. Let's look at her reaction.
Wait, what? You're giving it to Hannah C? I heard that you settled down.
Adele.
So very funny leaning into this like incredibly, dramatic character, which again is totally on brand for The Bachelor. We, of course, know that this is not how it works. The first impression rose does not mean you're getting married to this person, which they do clear up. So let's see how they calmed Adele down.
Hey, sorry, I am not married to Hannah C. It was just the one rose. You're still in this.
I am?
Yes, girl.
So Avery, I'm so curious on your take because this to me feels like such a classic night one. People get so extreme about so many things. The feelings get so intense so fast on the show, leaving viewers sometimes to be like, how is that even possible? What were your thoughts on their version of sort of mocking the contestants night one?
I love it. I thought it was so funny, especially since everything just escalated so quickly and then it breaks out into a song. I mean, that's kind of the same way, except minus the music, especially on night one, like you just said, tip super high and people get very extreme. And that's what we see here, but just in more of a humorous light.
Unfortunately for Adele, our Bachelor doesn't really feel the connection. He doesn't feel the love. She's not a front runner.
So far, I probably have the most in common with Hannah C and the least in common with pop superstar Adele.
I mean, I feel like they're just teeing this up for humor. We do see Adele get some one-on-one time, which, as we all know, can be very important for contestants who haven't really made that connection. Let's see how she used her time.
You look so nice tonight.
Oh, thank you. You look pretty amazing too. In fact, I guess I'd sort of say.
Oh, we're singing again. Okay.
Look like a movie.
What does that mean?
I mean, so over the top. What are your thoughts on all of this? I feel like it's so fun.
It's like, it's cheesy too in the best way possible, especially since they're doing an entire skit on The Bachelor. It's going to be cheesy, and I just everything about it. I love it. Even the fact that he's Ben K and he's like a spitting image of what you would just picture when you hear The Bachelor.
Absolutely. And I feel like every time she started singing, of course, I know all of these songs, they're mega hits. We've all loved Adele for such a long time. The way they fit so perfectly into the scenarios they created absolutely cracked me up. They do move on to sort of an homage to some classic Bachelor drama in this next bit. We see Adele interrupting other dates, which, I mean, we all know there's nothing like a pot stirring moment when another contestant comes in and crashes someone else's time. So let's take a look at Adele's interruptions.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Oh my God.
Hello.
Just another example of the song being such a perfect fit. As in the show, whenever someone interrupts the date, it can lead to some drama, it can lead to some tension. Let's see the girls battle it out.
No, okay? It has not been years since you've seen Ben. You've been singing to him all night.
Oh my God, I know you're so right, Hannah B. I'm being a right prick yet again. I will leave you two alone. Goodbye.
Avery, imagine if that's how the drama really played out on the show, like that fast of a resolution, that level of maturity,
That would
shall
be
we say.
insane. I don't think we've ever seen anything play out like that, at least that quickly.
No.
Suddenly everything's resolved, but no.
Well, I do think they perhaps decided that was too clean because Adele, she decides ultimately not to give up. So let's look at how they played this out.
Why?
Because she's back. I can see her in the bushes right behind us.
Hello from inside this booth.
So very dramatic. I don't know that we've ever seen a contestant hide in the bush. Although honestly, now that I'm saying that, who knows? It probably happened at some point. Obviously that one was very dramatic, Avery. I don't know if we've actually seen anybody hide inside a bush, but I mean, who knows, right? The Bachelor can be so crazy. Adele,
Yeah, I know. Now that you
obviously
mention
has
it, I'm like, has someone? Maybe.
Totally. Adele obviously has had a rough night. She hasn't laid a great first impression. She has stirred up some drama. So much like we see contestants who have maybe lost their way early on, she sits down with a producer and talks about maybe trying a new approach.
But I'm starting to get the feeling that I might be coming on a bit strong. I think Ben K sort of likes that more laid-back American vibe.
This reminded me of so many times, so many interviews with contestants where I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't have done that.
coming off way too strong right on night one. It's like, okay, now I'm gonna take a different approach. We've seen this all before.
We totally have. Next up, this next moment was honestly one of my favorites from the sketch because it was a "Can I steal him" moment. And I think Adele really hit the nail on the head with how contestants actually feel when someone uses that line. Let's check it out.
Hi, can I steal him for a sec?
There's a fire starting in my heart.
I mean, what were your thoughts on that, Avery? That made me laugh out loud more than anything else because I feel like that line is overused. It is the go-to. Everyone tries to do it in a way that won't be aggressive, won't piss someone off, but does it ever really work? I feel like those are the dreaded words.
I know people could take like the kindest approach to the whole "can I steal him for a second?" but the tensions are instantly so high, you know, like there's a fire burning, like her blood is boiling, like everyone hates that moment, but that's exactly what everyone's probably thinking in that moment. Like, that's so funny.
100%. Adele ultimately meets an early death, then sort of pulls a Claire, like we saw in last week's episode. For those of you following along, he decides that her time needs to be cut short. Let's see Adele's exit.
Okay, I'm a huge fan, but I don't feel safe with her here.
Okay, you know what? I know there's still 20 minutes left in the show, but I think we got to call it with you, Adele. It's been a very intense night, and I think you should leave the mansion.
I mean, I think that Adele in real life would probably go pretty far. I mean, she's gorgeous, she's talented, she's amazing, but I did love that they did a nod. Right.
Yes.
I love that in this world they did a nod to, you know, the bachelorette taking charge, which is always funny. She does, of course, though, end her journey with one last song. Let's take a look.
I kind of wanted her to finish Someone Like You.
Wait, I think I can see her coming back. Yeah, here she is. Okay.
It's a turnout out of the blue, uninvited.
And she continues her performance into the audience.
Sometimes it lives in love, but sometimes it hurts instead. Thank you, everyone. Catch me next week on Love Island.
I would love to see Adele back on SNL next week and all of the coming weeks. Avery, I thought this was so impressive because aside from it being funny, aside from the costumes and the commentary and all of that being so spot on, she was literally performing live and she sounded so flawless.
Yeah, it was legit a whole entire musical. It wasn't just a skit. She busted out like maybe 4 songs in there. I think viewers got to see best of both worlds. I know some were a little upset that she didn't actually perform, but I thought this was equally as great because she was able to just throw some of her hits in a funny skit.
100%. I think there's a host and then there's a musical guest. And when your host is someone as musically talented as Adele, of course viewers are going to be like, wait, we don't get a concert? She's not debuting new music? Like, what's going on? But this skit was a really great way to sort of do an homage to her greatest hits while showing just how funny of a performer she can be. So hands down, obsessed as always. All right, on that note, you guys, we of course want to know your thoughts on Adele's SNL performance. Bachelor fans out there, were you impressed? Did you think this was accurate? Let us know all your thoughts down in the comments. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring. You can follow me on socials at Fiona Zaring. And Avery, where can they find you?
At Avery Grooms.
Amazing. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.